Do women really sit here and look to be baby mamas? This was a real question, especially when the height of the whole Brittany Renner situation. Because not for nothing, a lot of people are under the. No, I'm sorry. Brittany Renner did a tweet, I believe, and it was like her stating along the lines, not verbatim, along the lines of how women don't go out like purposely looking to be a baby mama. And there are people who truly believe that women really do. I, for one, right? I'm a single mother of two kids, with two different fathers. I will sit there and say, no, I did not set out to look to be a baby mama or a child's mother of two. Like, I absolutely did not. People have to normalize that relationships do fail. Um, Birth control fails, okay? Because fun fact, I definitely got pregnant twice on two different birth controls. And birth control, like, let's get into that real quick. It's definitely not what it's really cracked out to be in a very simplistic way of thinking to a lot of people. It actually causes a lot of health problems, infertility, as well as even death to a lot of women all the time. Anyways, so we started I actually commented on a post and I went back and forth with a few people cuz I had time that day. I was bored. I didn't give a shit at that point. But I basically was going over how like even our authoritarian figures have also failed us. So, when we think about it, right? Our parents sometimes did not fully equip us to let us know what's really out there, how people are really moving with intention, so on and so forth. So we essentially were fed to the wolves in a way, you know what I mean? And especially when you have Disney, contributing to a lot of your upbringing with fairy tale thought processes, and we're being told that we're princesses and all that other stuff. I'm always going to refer to this because it's very crucial for people to understand how that was very detrimental to our outcomes and experiences. And we have this thought where, we ultimately are seeking love, and sometimes we're seeking love in the wrong places. And if we don't understand how to properly qualify and vet people, we may find ourselves to be with people who are not essentially good for us. Now, can I sit there and say that who I've laid with is exactly who I'd be with today, or who I would have chose today? Possibly not. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to confirm nor deny only because of the fact that we ain't gonna get into that yet. Give me to 100K subscribers. We'll have that talk. Anywho, so a lot of people keep bringing up the Brittany Renner, and a lot of it is because of the fact that how she's basically out here. A lot of people pose her to be, narcissistic. There's some people who pose her to be a gold digger, so on and so forth, attention, like seeking attention, so on and so forth. But it's like, I've also watched a lot of her segments that she seems very sound minded, and, she seems to have some intellect to her. So there's a little more to her story. So I've been very conflicted on my stance in regards to Brittany. Me personally, I try to mind my business half of the time, but this topic of conversation is very important because there is such a large number of us women who are considered to the public eye as baby mamas. Now, when we talk about how the process of qualifying and vetting, a lot of us, relationship and conflict and is very big. A lot of us miss the red flags and think it's a Six Flags and we want to enjoy the ride. And we kind of navigate through things with rose-colored glasses. So we can't tell the difference between a red flag from a white flag. You know what I mean? And when we talk about the authoritarian figures, we also have to take into account that our aunties, grandmas, moms, so on and so forth, essentially tell us, go get that education. Don't worry about men, be independent, so on and so forth, not realizing that it's counterproductive for our overall desires and well-being. Because when we think about the bigger picture can lead us to be essentially single, sometimes with or with no kids. And it's kind of like, a very discouraging experience when we think about that way, because the ultimate goal should always be love, peace, and happiness. And not saying we find our happiness through others. However, people can add to your happiness with their experiences that they provide. Um, anyways, so no, not every single woman out here is like, going into things looking to be to be a baby mama. I mean, I understand there's women who trap men, as they say, and a lot of times because they know that he's a great guy, they want to keep the man and so on and so forth. But a man cannot be kept through a child or a marriage. A man is kept where he wants to be kept. Okay. And that is something that we have to just be real about. And there is this great book. It's by R.C. Blakes Jr. and it's called The Father-Daughter Talk. So, for example, there are women out here who have fathers who either were not in their lives, they were half-assed in their lives, or they were in their lives but didn't necessarily have the talk with them. When we talk about the talk, it's like the birds and the bees, so on and so forth. But essentially, a lot of our parents hide a lot of aspects of themselves because they don't want us to perceive them in any other light than what they want to display to us. And so with that being said, a lot of times we don't get the real raw understanding and concept of things because of the fact that we're being misled with do as I say, not as I do. And we see how far that gets us. Just saying. Either way, I really feel as though that just as much as women do need to take accountability for our own actions, we do need to be real with ourselves. We do need to unlearn to relearn to have more fulfilling relationships and understanding how to actually relationship and conflict in a healthy manner. Understanding that, toxicity is not the way, even though y'all... in this fucking climate of our generation, y'all seem to love the toxic. Y'all want to, as soon as you see, motherfuckers could come with a hazard. They could come with the damn stickers that say, like, caution. You're like, ooh, what does this button do? That's literally how you guys are out here doing this. It does not work like that. Y'all need to cut it the hell out. No better to do better, damn it. But, with the father-daughter talk, he gets into the concept of, like, how research shows that girls with unstable father figures are more likely to have an unplanned pregnancy, low self-esteem, be a school dropout, and become involved in drugs and alcohol. We live in a society right now where we're extremely concerned about the rapid and constant erosion of female dignity in our society, video vixens, sex tapes, multiple sex partners, etc. We have literally been sold this hypersexuality ideology, thinking that sexual liberation is the way. And when I had referred to this in a previous video, that sexual liberation is really counterproductive for us. It has a lot to do with even just allowing multiple experiences within our life that does not allow us to fully be fulfilled by the person that we can deem as our life partner. Now, this goes the same for men, because not for nothing, that whole obsession, that shit is very counterproductive, because not only are you possibly you might even suffer from erectile dysfunction. I don't know, something may not properly work the way you need it to work later, and you might need Viagra or some shit, but like that's not the way to go. But we have to understand that there's this what's the word I'm looking for, unrealistic expectation of what sex is. It sets an unrealistic expectation of what your partner will and will not do or expected to do. And we have to understand that it literally, like, not for nothing, it was like a conversation I was having the other day with my cousins, and they're like, so there's young boys who, are so used to watching porn that they literally get to the point where they think, the money shot, we're gonna call it a money shot, but you know what I mean, that's literally how it sex ends. I would be damned if someone ever try to give me a money shot at the end of sex. Like, boy, you better get the hell on with that. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Started taking Cameron's lyrics too serious. I got something for your face, not proactive. You know what I'm saying? No. Okay? No. Either way, we have to like really, really, really understand that it takes two to tango. There are women out here who have men who want to be in their children's lives, that really want to do the right thing, and they use the child as a pawn, and that's just not cool, because at the end of the day it brings a lot of a lot of trauma and detrimental experiences and memories to a child. You're hurting the kid more than you're hurting the person, to be real. And not for nothing, like I tell the males in my life, I'm not going to be specific on who, but if the girl's going to call you a deadbeat, just play the deadbeat role. She'll get it together, because at the end of the day, a person can only leverage what you allow. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? And as far as women seeking out to be baby mamas, there are women who are more scared to fail at a marriage than they are to fail as a mother. But that's because the society has shaped us to believing that being a mom is as simple as shooting out a kid, and that's not true. We have to understand that there are women who literally trap the man, like I said before, whatever the case may be. But that's not all women. Not all of us seek to be baby mamas. Not all of us seek to be children's mothers, as far as in a singular manner. Okay, we really need to dead that, because we can't keep grouping everyone in one particular box. You know what I mean? There's baby mamas and there's single mothers. Like I said in the first episode, there's a huge difference amongst us. There's women who move in a healed manner, and they're doing everything that they can to give their children, the best experience possible, and they care about and they focus on the child's overall emotional well-being first. Then there's women who weaponize having the child and literally leverage the child as a pawn, and they're coming from a very toxic and unhealed place where they want to slash your tires and make your fucking life a living hell, because they want some type of sense of control. Know the difference, know better to do better, and understand not all of us are out here looking to be a baby mama. A lot of us have been sold the idea that being a single mother with or without children is better than being with a man that likes to have control, as they say, when it's essentially a man leading. Okay? Thank you, guys. Make sure you like, share. Definitely head over to Slay Your Perspective on IG. Let's have the conversation. Comment below what you guys have in mind. And be sure to let me know what you guys want to hear. And, soon I will be having some people on the podcast episodes with me. And we're going to have discussions. So you guys know it's not just me saying these things. My word is not law. I'm not crazy, I promise. Definitely fun. I'm a whole vibe. Yeah, I'm a whole vibe. And just make sure you have that subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure everybody subscribes. Everybody got to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Make that bell ring a ding ding ding. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys. Love y'all. Till next time.